Good. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatevers. We're back in Sanctuary, and we're back with some Diablo III Legendary identification. Now, the new patch has recently arrived, well, a few weeks ago now I guess, and with it, it brought what's known as ancient legendary items. Improved items, which hopefully will find us some amazing stuff. I've got a nice big stash of items here to look at, and I'm keen to find out what we've got. So let's grab some of the items that I'm not too worried about and that I doubt will make a huge amount of difference. I'm playing Crusader here, and I'm working on my Akans set. I need to get another couple of pieces, and then I can really start working on tidying it up and hopefully progressing beyond Torment 4. So as I said, let's take a wee look. Now, I'll ID this shield as it's unlikely to be an upgrade on what I get. Let's have a look. And it's just a bog standard ivory tower. So I can break that down later and use it for some Forgotten Souls, which will let me reroll any good inventory or any good legendary items I get. So I've got a couple of the same shoulders here. I think these are the ones that allow you to what do you call it? A teleport? Yeah, a teleport. Oh, and we've got an ancient one already. Wow. So there we go, it's our first ancient legendary items. As you can see, it's got a nice increase in strength and vitality. It's got a big chunk of increase in area damage, but really it's not one that I'm too bothered about. I said it's really all about your set items when you start getting beyond it. You can see the actual difference here. It's a massive jump up. If you hold down control, you can see the ranges, what you could get. So it's fairly maxed out on quite a bit of them really, well, 2 of them anyway. But since we're not worried about that, these ones, ancient ones, I'll maybe put to one side and I can look at for my Barbarian. So I'll ID these ones. I think that's knives or fan of knives or something. It's the Deathwatch mantle, and that allows us to explode in a fan of knives there. Again, just rubbish, so we're not too bothered about that one. Well, click open that and let's have a look. We have the Steady Strikers bracers there. Let's have a look here. It's because I use a lot of fire skills, at the moment the bracers I've got are probably just as good. I mean, it's overall it's pretty decent. So I think I'll just put them back in the pile. Now let's take some of the other pieces, and I'll leave these set ones for later. I think one of these could be in a can piece, and that's a piece that I need. So let's see here, what have we got? Let's go for the gloves first and have a look. Ah, they're new ones. The gladiator gauntlets. Again, it's okay, but probably better for my altar or barbarian or something I've got there. I'll open up these trousers or pants as you are, and these are the pox falls. Again though, actually not too bad. I like the poison stench it releases. No idea if it's any good or not, but it does look quite good. And now we've got a legendary chest item here. Again, not a set piece, so it'll have to be remarkable to replace. And it's just gold skin, which is great for farming gold, not so great elsewhere, so I'll just put that to one side for now. Now, let's see, let's try this one. It's another chest piece. The Heart of Iron. It's a bit of a tanky-ish one, but overall it wouldn't even replace the piece I've got, even if it wasn't a set piece, so quite happy to put that one down. Now let's click on this helm and see what it is. It's the Mempo of Twilight. Now it is an increase in strength, and it does have the socket, but it does lack the critical hit and the blessed shield, although I don't think I'm using blessed shield at the moment. Blessed hammer I'm using. So that's something I can look at, but again, I really want to get a set piece for the head there. But one I've got, it's just there because, well, it works. So that's a potential one to look at. I'll pop it to one side later though. And now we have another legendary chest piece. Let's have a quick click and see what we get. It's got sockets on it. Armour of a Kind Regent. Smite will also be cast at a second nearby enemy. Smite is a... let's have a quick look here. It's a wrath generator. Not entirely sure if that would be much use, being honest though. I would need to reroll to get a third socket, and overall though it's just not enough there to really make it stand out. I mean, the legendary extra, the smite extra there, it's probably not going to be worth what I would be losing elsewhere on it. So just pop it to one side. And I think this is the Broken Crown or Leoric's Crown. I'm sure we had one of those last time we did it. It's the Broken Crown. Whenever a gem drops, a gem of the type socketed into this item also drops. It's quite a good farming one. It's got a nice critical hit increase, Yes, it's not too bad, that. Certainly worth it for the farming aspect of getting some upgraded gems. So yeah, I'll pop it to one side for now and we can take a look at that later. We'll pop these back in. What I'll do is I'll put all the ones I'm interested in looking at back at the top. Now, we've got some amulets and rings here, which I'll look at. I'm going to leave the weapons to last. Certainly I'm going to be leaving some of the weapons to last. Hopefully one of them will be a legendary item. Let's have a quick peek at this one then. So let's right click and see what this is. It's the Flavour of Time. The cooldown reduction's good, otherwise nothing really there I'm too fussed about. Let's have a look at this one. What do we get? Oh, we get an ancient one. Let's have a look. So it's Kimbo's Gold. Picking up gold heals you for an amount equal to the gold that was picked up. Yeah, that's quite nice, that actually. Cooldown reduction, extra gold of course. Physical skills deal 17% more damage, and chance to deal 15% area damage on hit. It's quite good. It doesn't really compare to what I'm using, but again, I think I'd be interested in trying out a gold build. Now I've got my gold skin, have that, and I can pretty much just eat up all the gold, I guess. I'll put that to one side and take a look at it later. So let's pop open this one. It's got a socket on it. Squirt's necklace. It's got a socket. Critical hit damage increased by 67%, and an armor increase. Now I could probably reroll the armor into, I think, maybe cooldown reduction, or maybe even critical hit chance. I could pop on that. Again, I think I'm definitely going to take a look at that, as it could be an upgrade because I get to add in a legendary gem onto that. So I'll pop that to one side for now. So we've got 3 rings here. I think these two, looking at the graphic, are going to be the same. So let's just right click on this one. And we get the Manald Heal. Increase of strength, resistance, attack speed, life, and wrath regeneration. So that's okay. What is the maximum I can get on that? 2. So it's probably junk, to be honest. Let's just put that to one side. Really, you want to get a socket if possible. So that's even better already than the one we did have. Let's compare to. So critical hit damage, better wrath regeneration. But to be fair, probably not fussed about either of them. I can break them down later on and as it get some forgotten souls to try and improve some other pieces. So we've got a legendary ring here. I wonder what it is. Let's see. I don't recognise that one. Justice Lantern. So it's got a resource reduction, extra block. Nothing really there. I think it's meant to be a Green Lantern styled pun. So I'll just pop that in again. I think I can put them in and not to worry about that for the future. So I think it's just these two, so I'll readjust them. So that's a Crusader shield. You would like to know what it is, but what I'll do is have a look at the one-handed weapons first. And actually I want to look at these as well. So I think this is a Blackthorns set of boots. It's a set item, I don't recognise it. Yes, Blackthorns boots. Again, I'm not worrying about building up that set. I did have pieces of it, in fact I still use pieces of it, but right now I'm not too worried about it. And set rings and gems, you don't really get too many good ones. Restraint, your primary resource spenders at spent resource deal 50% more damage while you're at full resource. I never have full resource, so that's put to one side. Now we've got some swords, spears and even a flail there. Let's have a wee click on the flail and see what we get. Swift mount, one-handed Crusader, cooldown reduction and double duration of steed charge. Not too bothered about that. It's very rare to use a one-handed weapon as a Crusader anyway. So that's a spear, that's a sword, and that's a spear. Let's try this spear. So IDing it. And oh, it's an ancient spear. Great. So that's an Empyrean Messenger. It's got holy damage, increased damage against elites, increased vitality. It's actually quite good. You'd need to re-roll the vitality to a socket. Otherwise that's actually okay. It's okay for a one-handed, certainly. That's definitely that. The fact that it's ancient helps, of course. So let's ID this sword at the side. The ancient bone saber of Zamacalis. Let's have a look at this. Right, so reduces resource, increases attack speed. Nothing there I really see as being worth worrying about. So let's go for this spear. Don't recognise it. It looks more like a sword in the icon, mind you. And we have, oh, it's a new one we've not seen before. Akanesh, the Herald of Righteousness. That's a good one for holy builds. It's got a nice cooldown reduction, a nice holy damage, slightly lower damage, slightly lower strength. The cooldown and holy skills is good, but you won't have to reroll the vitality for a socket. So unfortunately that's going to get thrown in the salvage bin. So let's have a quick look here. We've got two swords again, both one-handers. Let's just click and see what we get here. The Fulminator against a one-handed sword does have a good resource cooldown, a resource cost and cooldown reduction rather. It's on the upper end of pretty much all of it, but it is a one-hander. I think that's more useful though for my Barbarian. I'll pop that to one side though, and I can take a look at that later. Meanwhile, I'll ID the last one-handed sword. That's a new one. It's got a socket, always useful. Exarian. Nothing special about that really. You got a critical hit damage increase on it. I think that might be a special, I'm not sure. But overall, I think that would be a trashed one. So let's pop that to one side. We can put this shield here. And I've managed to mess up the order. Let's pop here, move this, and readjust that. So you see we've got our items I'm going to take a look at later on up here. Now, oh, I've got a ring I can ID. Didn't look at that. Now that's a set ring. Again, set jewellery pieces, mediocre at best. It's the compass robe. Absolutely nothing really about that. It's nice move speed increase, but I'm not too bothered about it. So now we go to the fun stuff. The two-handed weapons, a shield, and I think the Akan's torso. So where do I start? Let's start with, I've got two of these swords are the same. Can always hope for a socket on it, that way it's one less thing I would need to reroll. Got a grandfather. A big great sword. Solid but unspectacular. Sorry grandfather, you're not likely to be getting used for a while. As is that one, I said you'd need to reroll to get the socket, and because you've got vitality and life on it, there's nothing really. It's a big life increase, but not what you're looking for really. So I've got this two-handed sword. Let's see. It's Faithful Memory. Again, you could probably drop the chance to deal AoE damage, but then it's not going to be worth it. This two-handed mace looks quite brutal. Looks like a bone. It is Artef's Spark of Life. It's got the socket, so you would reroll the vitality. Chance to fear on hit. Never keen about because that means the thing's running away from you. Now, this is a very, very brutal looking axe. Actually, we've got another of those swords. Let's just use that one first then. Yeah, it's another Faithful Memory. Again, absolutely nothing exciting about that one. I'm secretly hoping for an ancient two-handed weapon. That looks nice. I'm going to leave that one a little bit. Got a pole arm here. Let's see what that does. It's the standoff, socket, resource reduction, probably nothing spectacular about that. It's not going to replace my Maximus that I've got here, because I use quite a lot of fire. It's getting the fire damage is good, plus the demonic slave has chains. Really nice stuff. So let's go for this axe. The Executioner reduces cooldown, always good. You could reroll the vitality to a socket, but really you're lacking strength and base damage on that. Only upside to it is the level requirement reduction. So used this sword. I think that's the Butcher's Carver, something similar to that. Stalgard's Decimator, that's a new one. Let's see here, your melee attacks throw a piercing axe at a nearby enemy, dealing a lot percentage as physical. That looks decent. You'd need to reroll the vitality probably though. Reduces all resource costs by 9%. It's alright, but it's not going to replace what I've already got. So let's open this Crusader shield. Not seen this one, or at least it's not familiar. It is Unrelenting Phalanx. That's pretty good phalanx, and it casts twice. I used to use phalanx, I might pop it back on. Got phalanx damage increase. Probably reroll the gain life per wrath spent on that one. And could be okay. I'll need to take a look at that later. I'll pop it to one side and think about it anyway. So I've got a murderous looking axe there, two-handed. Let's find out what it is. That's the Butcher's Carver. So reduces cooldown, that's good. Pink, it's right in the middle. Freeze on hits, okay. Butcher still inhabits his Carver. I think he just means that things explode, there's actually nothing. It's more of a fluff ability, effects really. Strength's decent. You would need to drop the vitality though for the socket. Again, I could look at that. I'll work that one out. This is a reduction in damage I think though, so let's again though put it to one side and I can work out. I do want to increase my cooldown reduction though, as that's going to be key to the I can set. So let's see if I get an Ancient Maximus. I do like Maximus, I do love the chains you get on it. I don't. It's actually it's got a cooldown reduction. It's lacking the socket though. And I don't think you can reroll the fire increase on it. Is that actually? I don't think it's better, even if you were to reroll to get the socket on it. I think you still lose out. Yeah, you still lose out slightly. Oh, that is a shame, but I was hopeful it would be an ancient one. And now we have the chest piece. Let's click and find out what do we get today. It is the breastplate of a Khan. Brilliant. It has the 3 sockets on it. Brilliant, that's what's ideal. Armor increase you don't really want. Bombardment damage is pretty irrelevant really. So you'd probably have to reroll the armor. What can you reroll? Where is the Mystic? Where's she? Forgotten. She's up here. What can you replace it to? Damage reduction? There's no cooldown reduction, but maybe I'm just mistaken on it. maybe don't get a cooldown reduction on these chest ones. That's okay though if I don't. Play after kill. Monster kill. I think I'd probably still try and reroll the armour off, maybe get a bit of reduction damage from elites. Bombardment. Condemn's really only one I'd maybe use there. I'll come back and take a look though. So yeah, we've got potentially a couple of upgrades. We've now got enough pieces to get the 6 pieces of a can, and hopefully I'll soon be showing you how we do. So thanks very much for this IDing. Hope you've had a little bit of fun watching me puzzle over all these, and I'll be back again soon to let you know how well we do. Thanks very much everybody for watching. Take care, have fun, and happy monster mashing. Bye bye.